Okay, to see the redirect code, is underneath Tools in Firefox, Web Developer, Page Source, and at the very top up here is the redirect code from here to there. This redirect you see up here. See it right there? Okay, now that redirect code actually also needs, what does it need? It needs so the lines that you would need. So the first thing I did to do the redirect, okay, there's a lot of redirects out there. There's a whole bunch of them. This one is a modern one. What I mean by modern, it was only written a few months ago because it was written to take advantage of the new Android tablets. Right? There's been a lot of new Android tablets coming out: the Nexus 6, Nexus 9, Nexus 11, Samsung 9, 6, 11, whatever. There's a whole bunch of different Android tablets. So this is written for the newest Android tablets. So if you look at the code, you need this file right here, and if you want this file, if you're ever looking at somebody's code and you see a JavaScript file, see this one in here? This is a JavaScript file. See it? It says .js. So I'm linking to a .js file, which is a JavaScript file, which I downloaded off the internet, included in a directory on my server in a folder called JS. See it right there? If you want to steal this, and I recommend you use mine. I mean, I stole it from somebody else. I didn't steal it. This is open source. All you have to do is you click on it, and it takes you to the code. Here is the code. Hey, it's right here. The redirect is right there. And to save it on your computer so you can put it in your directory inside of your web page is you can go File, Save As, Save Page As. See that right there? File, Save Page As. Find a spot on your computer, and right there it's the .js. So you link to that, and then you can steal my code, the redirect code, and put it on your page, and you can do the same thing. Okay, so this is a .js file. This is what you need to do the redirect that I'm showing you. You save it in one of your directories, somewhere on your inside of your folder, wherever you link to it, and then once you save this, the JavaScript file, I'm going to put it on the desktop in a folder somewhere. Now, in my example, I put it in a different folder called JS for JavaScript. So here, again, if you look at my code under Web Developer, Page Source, the things you need to do a redirect, at least the way that I'm doing it, is you need that JavaScript file, and then this is your Java code right here, your JavaScript code. It's basically written. You'll notice it says if it's a mobile URL, see that? Go to the directory with the M. Remember the M? That would be just like the Home Depot. But I'm using, instead of the Home Depot with a subdirectory, I'm just going to a folder. The reason why I'm not using a subdirectory is that my server is like on this ancient computer, and I don't have the rights to make subdirectories, and I don't know how to do it, so I'm not even going to deal with it. So that's why I made a mobile folder. So on my server here, there's an M folder with a total mobile page. It's all mobile that you saw, and everything else is. And so, if not, go to the main URL so that you'll see this HTTP. Basically, that means to stay on the page. So what this code is saying is, people when they type in Zircon.com, it goes to the page. It tests to see if they're coming from a mobile. If they're coming from a mobile, go to that directory. If they're not coming from a mobile, stay on this page. That's what the code is saying. Very simple, only a few lines. Does that make sense? Because make a mobile on this page. We're just going to go right into Dreamweaver. You don't need anything. Going right into Dreamweaver. Go right into Dreamweaver. You'll be amazed on how easy it is compared to the responsive design. Okay. Again, I'm going to cover making a mobile-only page right inside of Dreamweaver. So open up the program. And you don't need that, what I was just showing you. I was just explaining how the redirect works. You don't need that for what I'm demonstrating right now. You don't need that. I'm just pointing out how to do the redirect and what it was. In this case, I'm just going to make a new site, go under Site, New Site. I'm going to give it a name, Mobile Page. I'm going to go to where it says Local Site Folder. I'm going to go to the desktop, I'm going to make a folder. I don't know, Mobile Friendly Page. How about we call it that? That sounds like a good folder for it. So go and find a folder. It can be a blank folder. Doesn't have to have anything to do in it. Just go and find a blank folder. and define site for it. Just go make a folder on your desktop. Define site like we do every class. Okay, to get started, of course you should think a little bit and plan. But of course, we didn't have a plan, so we're not thinking very well today. So, to make a mobile-only page inside of Dreamweaver, we go under File, New. Inside there, not Fluid Grid. Okay, go to where it says Starter Templates. Inside Starter Templates, you have three options. The first one is Content DN. I can't remember what it means. Content Directory Network, I think. So let's just read. We'll just read. So the first option uses files located on a remote server. Do we have files on a remote server? No, so we're not going to choose that one. jQuery Mobile Local uses files located on a local disk. Do we have files? Pretty much not yet. You could use that one, but this one is the one with themes, and we're going to talk about themes. So this is the one I'm going to choose first. It's called Use Files Located on a Local Disk with CSS Files Separated into Structure and Theme Components. That sounds like a good one because we want to keep our CSS separate from our inside, right? So I'm going to choose this last option right here. Make sure it's HTML5 because it won't work unless it's HTML5. And we're going to hit Create. Okay.
It's an interface completely different in the new one.
The interface is completely different in the new one.
And the theme is different too.
I'm just going over what I got on my computer.
From here and there is set, but here is all the different.
You go to say templates. I don't know.
They changed it.
They changed it
They changed it to better one.
to a better one.
Looks better.
I don't know what to tell you. Why don't you use this computer so you can follow what I'm trying to do? I don't know what to tell you there, Serena. I'm just going off of what I have. This is what I have at my house. I have this at my house, and it's here in the classroom. The newer one is going to be a little different. Trying to give you concepts. You can do all this by hand coding. You don't even need to use the program. This is all basic hand coding stuff. To save my file, I'm going to go under File, Save As, File, Save As. And of course, if you want to call it your first page, you can call it index if you want. It's going to ask you to save a bunch of files. Because remember, it's making a bunch of extra files for you. Notice the things that it's making for you. It's making all these different options. It's going to save all these separate files for you. See them right here? All these separate files. Hit copy. And that's what you need to hit OK and copy. Notice what it has done is it has copied a bunch of jQuery stuff into your folder. If you want to see what your page looks like, you can hit the live view if you want, and it'll show you what it looks like. It's pretty ugly right now. It's using a theme, and it doesn't look very nice. That's okay. We're going to adjust it. So notice when you hit live, or if you preview in the browser, it's going to look like this. It's already formatted. Notice how there's a button. See how the top looks like that, and the footer looks like that, and the buttons look like this? The reason why is it's pulling JavaScript in CSS to format the page. Did you preview and see what it looked like? Okay. Look at the way the code looks. Look at it. This doesn't look like that, did it? Okay, the reason why is because it's using a bunch of code to change it. Now, there's a couple different ways to build a page, a mobile-only page. One way is that you can make separate files and link from one HTML file to the other, to the other, to the other. It's kind of like what we do when we make multiple pages, right? Another way to make a mobile page is that you can make content in one document, and what happens, okay, so here's what it looks like, is you'll have one page here, one page here, one page here, one page here, and this is all in the same HTML. So we've got index.html. And in the index.html page, you have one page here, one page here, one page here, one page here, all in the same document. When the people click the buttons, it loads the appropriate one into the window. That's how this is set up. Notice how it says page 2, page 3, page 4. So you build a web page in one document, and as you click the links, it loads the appropriate section. Okay, you're only going to see the first section on the page. So when you hit a button, it'll load either one of these. So you build your web page in one document. Okay, you can build it in one document. That's one way of going about it. Okay, the other way is you can do separate pages. You can. Okay, either way, there's a variety of different ways of doing it. So let's start building. First thing I want to talk about is themes. Okay, what is a theme? A theme is a color scheme. Color scheme. So a theme is a color scheme. The default color schemes inside of jQuery, this is called jQuery Mobile, we're making. You've got an A, which is a black theme, which you're looking at right now. That's why the banner was black. You have a B, which is a blue theme. C is gray, I believe. C and D, one of these is blue, and then you have an E, which is yellow, I believe. So we have black, blue, gray, another blue, and a yellow. These are default themes. Okay, what does the default theme mean? Well, it's the color of the buttons, the color of the header, color of the footer. Okay, you can also make your own theme. We're going to learn how to make your own theme using jQuery Mobile Theme Maker. The difference between the making your own custom one and using the default ones is you have to go and make your own CSS file, JavaScript file, and the program will do that, but then you have to relink it up. And what I mean by that is if you use the theme, because right now the default theme is here. If you look in the program, if you look under code, and let's look at the code view, you'll see all these things at the very top. These things at the very top is what's making it work. You'll notice it says jQuery Mobile theme. Okay, so here's the default theme. If you make your own theme, you're going to remove that and put your theme in there, which I've done. In fact, I've hand coded it, and I put a document on Angel that explains how to do that. There's a document on Angel that explains, and I made it. It's all in Microsoft Word. Explains how to save a theme and link a new theme up. Okay. I didn't go to Angel today because I didn't want to waste time, but there is a document on Angel that explains how to do the theme. I will try to get to it today if we can. But let's continue. I'm going to start in the code view. So if you can go to the code view, we can start changing and talking about the code. So here's the default theme. Here's the default CSS file right here. Here's this default JS file right here. Here's the default another JavaScript file right here. These are the jQuery. That's why it says jQuery Mobile, jQuery Min. What is the difference and what is these mins? Mins means it's a kind of a stripped down version of jQuery that makes it work. Okay, you don't really need the developer or the structured one. if you're not going to adjust it. Okay, if you're just calling to jQuery, okay, you can use the min. See the min one right here? That's why there's one called min right here. Min stands for minimum. This is the minimum file. Okay, basically if you're just calling to the jQuery, and what I mean by calling is you're just using the code, the regular buttons, the regular stuff inside of jQuery. There's some pre-made things we're going to be using the regular stuff. You don't need to use the other one. The other one's called structure, which is one that you can then go and alter. You can alter the other one, not the min one. So that's what they give you two choices when you go to download these. I know Dreamweaver made them for us, but you can go and download these off of the jQuery mobile page on Angel. I have included the link to the jQuery mobile page. Let's continue on because I want to build some stuff today. So the first, let's go down to the body. So these things you need, this is the pre-made stuff up here at the top. If you go down here to where it says data role, what is this data role? Data role is built into the JavaScript here in the jQuery. What it is saying is this structure that we are talking about. What the data role is basically the way that it's building. So that first line of code, if you're like, oh, what is this data role? Data role is a way that the jQuery uses to describe the boxes that it's putting the data into. Kind of, if you think about it that way. Okay, I can't explain it any more than that. Then it's called page, which stands for the first page right here. You know, it says page right there. The next one, of course, is the header. Okay, if you want to change the header, you can click on the text in between the H1 and put your own text in there. We're doing Raskoff Ceramics, right? So you might want to put it in there. We'll learn how to adjust that in a moment. Right now, you'll notice that the header, see how it says div data role header ceramics. Now, notice the text is in H1. Do you see that? The text is in H1. What do you think, since it's in H1, we can do to it? We can adjust the CSS. So if you want to use a specific font, you can attach that specific font to the H1 tag, and that you could use your own font. Okay. Remember, I think we talked about how to download Google Fonts and use them, right? Okay, we could do that. I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm just explaining to you. That's things that you can do. Notice it closes the div. What this does is it tells it the top bar at the top. Okay. Right now it's pretty ugly. It's black because it's using the default theme, right? If we looked in live view right now, you'll see, oh look, it's ugly black. Okay. So let's change that. I don't want ugly black. I'm going to change that. I'm going to use split view. I'm going to turn live off for just a moment. Where it says div data role header, I'm going to put my cursor after the quote for the word header. I'm going to put my cursor after the quote for the word header. And I'm gonna type in theme equals, no, I have to get to my book because I can't remember all the code. The book I usually is this book I use for this. This is 4 years old. I'm sure there's a better one. It's called HTML for mobile websites. This is the book I went through to learn how to do this. I didn't use Dreamweaver. I hand-coded it when I first did it. So, sorry, let me get to the book so I can type it in properly. And I can show you this book later, but again, this is an old book. Hold on, there's themes in here. It's data-theme, I think. That's what I'm doing wrong. D-A-T-A, data dash, and then it comes up. There we go. So this is what I was talking about, code hints. Code hints, okay? In Dreamweaver, as you type in options, the hints will show up. So again, after the word header right here, after the quote, I type in the word data and hit dash. These are all the options that we're going to be using. There's a bunch of them. They do different things. We'll have different icons, right? You'll notice, there's different icons. So in this case, we want to use theme. So go down to where it says theme right here. See the theme? Click on that. And then it puts quotes in there. And if you want, change the color. I like the B. The B is blue. So put a B in there. And then hit the live. And you'll see it's blue. See how it's blue now? See how it's blue. Let's try another one. We have B. Let's try C. Let's see what C looks like. Let's put C in there. C. And then hit refresh. Oh, it's gray. The C was gray. Okay, let's change it to, what did I say, D? I think D is another blue. No, it's another gray. D, what did I say? D, E. E. One of them's going to be yellow. E is yellow. And I don't think there's an F. Is there an F? F is white. F. What's after F? G? I don't think there's a G. Yeah, there's no G. It looks like it goes up to, what did I say, F? I like the B. Right now the buttons are kind of gray, right? If you want maybe yellow buttons, type in data role, or no, what did I say? No, data theme, right? Equals, and in quotes, you want to change the color of the buttons from ugly gray to maybe black even. Put an A in there, like that. Put an A in there. Ooh, look at that. Nice ugly black. Nice ugly black. So, and then of course change your footer too. Change your footer. So go, try the different themes. Of course, you don't want it to look like Christmas. I wouldn't use a different theme on everything, would I? But this one doesn't work either. And then, of course, let's talk about linking for a moment. Linking for a moment. So if we save our file and then preview, I'm going to preview in Safari. If you click the button 2 or page 2, you'll see it goes to a page. Of course, we haven't made that yet, but what it did was it jumped down. It basically jumped down to here. In the code, if you look at the structure, remember box, 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 basically jumped down here. Okay, now you have to hit the back button. We're going to learn there's a way to put a back button at the top of the page, right? Because right now, if you look at the way, let's look at this just for a moment. If we look at my example, you'll notice when you click on an option, there's a back button right here. See that? And you can go back. See that? Back button. Back button. So there's a way to put a back button there. I can't remember right now, but there is a way to do it. Okay.
Why would you put a back button back?
That makes it easier for them to get, instead of having to use the back button on the browser, right? In the browser, there's always a back button in the browser. That you put a back button in the menu is basically. So yeah, it makes it easier for the user to go back, I guess, is the purpose of the back button. To navigate through.
Except for the user's not used to having a back button up there, so they wouldn't be able to look for it.
Yeah, but it says back and it's kind of big and it's at the top of the page. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to.
Follow UI conventions.
I don't know. It's built into the jQuery mobile. That's why I was using it. So I couldn't think of, again. If somebody's navigating through this page on their cell phone, all right, and they want to go and see some tools, and then they want to see a tool, but then they say I don't want this tool. How do they go back? Do I give them a list of the new tools? That would be too big a list. So having the back button there, they're able to go back to something like that. It's just a way to navigate. Okay, let's continue. Let me change the names of these. Okay, let's talk about linking. So right now it says page 2, right? So let's use my wife's theme here. We'll do pottery. Page 3 we did what? We had events, right? And then page 4 we had contact. And then what else could we have? You want another link? Well, let's just go with 3 for right now. Notice how it says it goes. You notice the link itself has a hashtag with the name of the page 2. Do you see that as the link? If you scroll down where it says page right here, see how it says page right here and it says page 2 right here. So this is the name it's going to right here. This is the second page. So you don't need to call it page 2. You can change this one here. You can leave the hashtag and call it pottery, like that. And then come down here where it says page 2 and change that to pottery, like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Follow it like that?
Well, if my link is called pottery, I might want my section to be called pottery.
Okay.
Instead of just page 2, page 3, page 4. Do you understand what I'm saying? To keep the text and the information correct. Again, instead of using page 3 here, I might use the word events here. See events. And then go down here where it says page 3 and change this to events. And then up here where it says contact, I might change this to contact. And then come down here to where it says page 4 and call that contact, like that. So again, the links on the menu here refer to a hashtag and a name. This name is pulled from the ID that is here, the name of it right there. So this and this should match wherever you want it to go. So let's adjust some of the buttons right now. You might have seen, so I'm going to go down here to the LI option. Okay, the LI option. Down where the LI is for the list item, they make a menu the exact same way we make a menu in doing it by hand code, right? Remember how we made a menu? They're still using the UL and the LI. So if you come down here where it says LI right here, I'm going to hit a space after that. I'm going to actually put some code in the LI itself. And in the LI, I'm going to put data dash. This time, I'm going to want it to, when the person clicks the button, I want it to do a transition. Transition. Oh, wait, let me think about this for a moment. Is it transition I want? Yeah, transition. And then here's your options. You can have it fade, which is the default one, right? Default is fade. You got to flip, you got to pop, you got to slide down and slide up. The one I tend to use is the plain slide. That's the transition you see when it goes kind of across. So you have these options here. And if you want to see it do its thing, so again, if you save, I'm going to save. And if you preview in Safari, you need to see it in Safari. If you click on it, you'll... Oh, no, that faded, didn't it? That didn't work. That wasn't good. Data transition slide. Maybe I put it in the wrong spot. Let me put it in the wrong spot. Let me think about this for a moment. Maybe... No, I thought it would be there. In the LI. Maybe it needs to go up here. Hold on, maybe it needs to go up here where the data role is up here. Let me try it up there. No, it's still faded. Okay, maybe I'm coding it wrong. Let me look at my book here.
You have it on the A unit in your code.
What's that?
You have it on the A.
No, that's okay. The theme is fine. Oh, put the data transition up there?
Yeah, you have on the A.
Yeah.
That's where you have it on your code at least.
So, up here
Um,
on the data rule part?
hold on, I lost it. I'm looking at your code. No, you have it on the actually each LI item.
I do have it down
You
here?
have it under, not attached to the LI, but it's attached to the A.
Oh, inside here after the pottery. In there. Okay. Did you hear what she was saying? So maybe you need to put it after the link here for the pottery. So put it maybe here. That looks better. Do you see that? So put it after the word pottery with the quotes is where it. So instead of the LI here. And maybe try a different one. What do we have? Data, transition, and then, I don't know, what's pop do? I don't know what that does. Let's try pop. Try a different one. Data. We're just learning. I wouldn't put a different one on each one, though. And what was the other ones? Transition. So we have fade, flip, flop, plop, plop, pop, pop, slide, slide up, slide down, slide up. You can probably figure those out. What's flip do? Let's try flip. I'm going to try them all. Let's see what they do. So that's slide. There's no back, is there? I need that back button, don't I? Events. Ooh, that was kind of cool. Did you see the plop, the pop? Let's try to flip. Ooh, did you see the flip? That was kind of cool. Flip. If you want to add a new line, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste a new line. And let's talk about making an external link. An external link is a little tricky. Okay, it's a little bit more tricky. And what I mean by an external link is we're building a page that's all in one, right? We're going from when you click the button, it's going to load a different section, right? But what if you leave and come back? You know, it's a little bit harder. So let's talk about making an external link. Of course, let me look in the book here. There was some reading about this somewhere. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's just put an external link in and I'll think about how to do it. So let's say we want to go to our Facebook page, right? right? It's something you might want people to go to your Facebook page, right? So let's put in. Well, actually, let's not do that yet. Let's do it somewhere else. Let's go to. I'm going to go to my Pottery Studio page because down in our footer we're going to put a Facebook. We're going to put a Facebook down in our footer. Okay, so let's put a link somewhere. It doesn't mean go anywhere. How about we just go to Google? I'm saying Google. Google. How about go to Google? How about that as a button link? Go to Google. How about that? And then of course underneath the link here, instead of going to the contact with the pound sign, we're going to go to http colon. Oops. http:// www.google.com. Google.com. Let's see where that goes first. Let's see how that works. Let me try it first. Sidebar. I keep showing the stupid sidebar. You just want to bring up the menu options to here, up here. How do you bring up menu options up here? Yeah, how do I get this up here? How do I get this there? Oh. To drag the default set into the toolbar. Yeah, that's what I want. Match address. How do I do that? No. No. I guess not. I don't know. There we go. Okay, so let's go to Google. It changes the page, but if we go back, yeah, it just goes Google and then it goes back. So there's a way to go to an external link. There's something special about an external link. I'll have to think about it. Of course, if you wanted to open in a new window or a new tab over top, what could you do in your link right here? If I wanted it to open a new tab. Target blank. Target. So let's type in T-A-R-G-E-T. Target equals quote underscore blank. Oh, there it is, blank. There we go. So let's see how that works. So target blank. So let's save that and preview that. Now it opens in a new tab. See it right here? And then you could close it and go back. Okay, so yeah, you can do the target blank. You can do the target blank. And that opens in a new window. So T-A-R-G-E-T equals, and then make sure there's an underscore blank. Underscore blank. Okay, let's do one more thing in the buttons, and then we're going to go down to the footer. Let's do one more thing in the buttons, and the last thing I'm going to do is in the buttons is you got a little arrow right here. See that arrow right there? Okay, you can change these icons over here. Okay, now there's some default ones, and then you can customize and make your own little icons if you want. Okay, there's ways of doing that. Okay, I've included how to do that on Angel. There, that's some good research for you. How to make your customized one. In fact, you can make a customized icon set inside of Fireworks, which is a program that comes from Adobe, and save it. I'm sure you can do it in Photoshop too in there, but the handout that the original one that I was going off of was doing it in Fireworks. So let's talk about adding. So inside, I believe it's in I thought it was in the LI, but maybe it's in the link option where the data transition is. So again, let's go to, after the slide, remember the data transition slide, let's put in data dash, and we want to do icon. See where it says icon? Icon. So in the where the slide was, go to data dash icon, and then here's a whole bunch of them built in. You got arrow D, arrow L. So I guess D is for down, I'm sure of that. L is for left. R would be for right. U would be up. You got back, you got check, you got custom, you have delete, you got forward, you got gear, you got grid, you got home, you got info, you got minus, you got plus, and you got refresh, search, and star. Ooh, star. I want to try the star. Let me try the star. Nope, didn't show up. Didn't work. This might need to be in the LI. Let me try it over here. Let me try it over here in the LI. It worked in the LI, so I had to put it in the LI. So again, where I put it, the data icon was in the LI, or the list item. I had to put it in the LI to make it. So let's go and get the Facebook logo. I'm going to go to the internet. Let's go to Google and type in Facebook logo. Just go to Google Images. Images. And we got what? Facebook logo. Here we go. There's probably a whole bunch of them somewhere. There they are. I don't know. Which one do I want? Which one? This is like... I want a small one. Jeez. I want tiny. These are all huge. Huge, big. I'm just going to be in my little... Can I have a small one? Somebody give me a small one.
Go to search tools at the top, put in icon, and it says.
Where is it? Where?
Search tools, right,
Oh, search tools.
and size,
Oh, size.
and then icon.
Icon. Damn, thank you. Woo.
Right, well,
Genius. Thank you. This one, I'm going to get a tiny one. Did you see how he did that? Thank you. I didn't even think about it. So in the images, you can go to search tools over here and then icon over here. See that? Search tools, icon. And I'm going to get a tiny one. I don't know which one. This one right here is tiny, but it has white around the outside. I don't want one with white around the outside. I want a nice... See, this one has white around the outside. You can see it. This one, 32 by 32, is kind of tiny, but it doesn't look like it has white around the outside. So again, oh, it has white on the little dots on the edge. If you right-click on it, save image as, right? Save image as. And then put it in your folder. Put it in your folder. Put it in your folder. Everybody got their image? You ready to put it in? Yes? Okay, let's go back to our code. So down below my navigational bar down here, you'll notice there's one for the footer, right? You can put a theme in there. I might make it blue like my top. I might put, after the word footer, I might put data dash theme. And then put in, I'm going to do blue. B for blue. Then instead of the word, instead of the H4, actually I might leave the, H4 is kind of small, but I might leave that there. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to put connect with me. I'm going to type in the words connect with me. I'm going to leave the H4 there. I'm going to leave the H4 there. But what I'm going to do in front of the H4, I'm going to put the Facebook logo. So to put the Facebook logo in front of the words "Connect with me," I am going to do the Dreamweaver stuff. Go under Image, or I'm sorry, yeah, Insert, Image, Image. You can say Insert Image, Image. Insert Image, Image. Find your Facebook and hit Open. And of course, you can put your alternative text in there if you want. And if you save and preview now, you should have, oh, it's in the wrong spot though, isn't it?
It's all right.
It's okay. We'll see what we can do to move it around. So we're gonna have to move it around to make it look good. Don't worry, we can do that. We have the capabilities, I believe. I hope we have the capabilities. Yours is in the center?
Yeah, it's right next to connected.
That's what I wanted. Who's got it in the center? Who's got it in the corner like me? So wow, you're.
Wait, this is after connected.
Oh, maybe let's
After
try.
page 4.
Hey, let's try that. Here, see. Let's cut it. Let's put it afterwards. No, mine's still down in the corner. It looks like.
Bigger. Well, you don't know what it looks like.
Maybe put it into H4. Put it inside there. How
That's
about?
where you have it.
Yeah, that's where he has it. He has it inside the H4. Let's try that. Let's put it inside. Inside. Try that. Let's try that. Put it inside the H4. Well, it's all right. It's still not lined up quite perfect, but
How do you want it?
I want it kind of looking nice. I don't want it jammed up against the C. I want it, lined up perfectly. So what do you think we could do? We probably add some CSS. What the CSS would be footer, IMG, and then add some margin maybe to get some space around the logo, right? So we can probably write CSS. Write some CSS. The CSS would probably be footer, IMG, and then since it's a box, we probably want to add some space to the right side, push it over. That way it's not up against it. You want to try that? Let's try it.
Jack, could we just format it in Dreamweaver by using format?
For,
Let them do it.
what do you mean by format? I'm sorry.
On the top menu is format. On the Dreamweaver menu. Can you not just move around that?
This is HTML stuff.
Okay.
I probably would not want to do that. Oh, you can do it in the CSS. I don't know about that one either. Yeah, I just don't know which one I would choose here. Indent, outdent, align. No. I don't know. Let me see how I would do it here. So in this case, you would have to think about where you're going to apply it. Are you going to apply it to the current CSS theme right here? Or are you going to make your own new theme? Create new CSS file to keep your CSS file separate? I don't know. Let's try that. My style. And then we want, which one did we want?
Wait, I'm sorry, what did you do to get my style? Did you just add it, or?
I went up here and I made a create new CSS style. I made a new
You
one.
just gave it a name.
I just gave it a name, called it My Style.
Got it.
And then down here it says page div h4hm. I guess we don't need the word footer. So we want the h4 image probably. I don't know if you need page div h4. But what I'm trying to get is some space on the right side, which would be margin. Let's add a little bit. Let's say 8 pixels. And let's see what that looks like. See if it works. I know there's a way that you can use your own. There, it worked. Look, I had 8 pixels right there. Look, 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 look. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How did I do that? I made my own CSS style right here, my style. So it's separate than those. I don't want to start messing with the jQuery ones. I don't want to mess with the jQuery ones up here. Right here, my style. I made a new one. Create new CSS style. Then I click this one right here for the new, and again it's going to be the H1 image. It's not in footer. It's not in footer because that's a data role. So I don't know. But using page div H1, I used the default when I hit this. I added 8 pixels to the side, and I might want to align it so it's nice and centered. I might use the where's the align center? Center align would be not this one. Where's the vertical align? The vertical align. V shadow. Other spacing. Yeah, I don't know how to align it center. I don't know. Hey, at least it has some space. So you can make your own CSS styles and apply them. What's that? Which one? I'm sorry. Oh, this one, vertical align? This one? Choose middle. Okay, vertical align middle. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that looks much better. And of course we need to make it a link, right? You're not going to Facebook, are you? We got to make it a link. So you can highlight. Here you can do two things. You can do things in this view, in the split view. You can highlight the text and go to your properties window and go to your link and put it in there. You can do that too. So you can put a link on there. And if you want target, you can do your target blank. Oh, but look, the link is going to be underlined, right? That doesn't look like my nice text that I wanted, though, is it? So we can change the heading for, right? Change the heading. So you can format that. I'm not going to go over it. Let's move on. I'm going to run out of time. I'm sure you can figure out how to format this. You could do CSS. Yeah, you already know how to do CSS. I'm sure you could figure out how to change that. Let's move on to formatting. I want to talk a little bit about formatting a page. Let's format the Potter. I want to format this page. I want to format this page here. So I'm going to do a second page. I'm going to do a second page. Okay, I'm going to do a second page. So down where it says page 2, down where it says page 2, down here, you can do it in the code view too. So for the page 2, I'm going to change that. Of course, I don't want it to be called page 2. I want it to be called pottery. I've also in the past made a div tag in there. and then put an image in there. Remember last class when I was going over making the logo and how the logo scaled and put it in there? You can put a div tag in there and put stuff inside there like that. Or you can put an image in there instead of typing in text. Right here, you can put an image in there just like we put the Facebook one at the bottom, right? So you can put an image in there. In fact, in my header, you know, if you look at the page here, I have two graphics. These are two different graphics in the header. See, there's one here and one here. They're both two graphics in the header. And align them on top of each other. And then I have menu items. And then here's the connect with Facebook. And then two links. This is columns. Columns. I have there's a way to put columns so things are next to each other. I have included on Angel some code on how to do columns. It's on Angel. I will show you that in a minute. I'll show you everything that's on Angel when I'm done. Let's finish a little bit. I'm going to show you a couple more things here, and then I'll get to what's on Angel that you can practice. Now, if you have images, let's say you have a lot of content. Let's say I'm a photographer like Serena, right? She wants to have a whole list of her photographs underneath here, right? How would I organize them? Well, probably the easiest way, and I'm going to go down here. So, I got to put my theme up here. Hold on. Remember, my theme is blue for this section here up here. Didn't I have header blue, right? Data role content. Oh, here it is. B. I'm using B, so I'm going to put that in there. Sorry. Let me finish my coloring here. Data theme B. Okay, I'm going to go down. I'm on page 2 again. I'm on page 2. What I've done in the past is I've put a table in to organize my content. And when I put the table in, I organize it in percentage. So let's say I have 5 photographs that I want to put in here. I could go where I'm in number 2 now. I'm in section 2 in the pottery section. In between the content, see, this is where all your content that's down below the header. Content is where all down below the header. Down here I can say insert table. Insert table. And I can do, let's say I had 5 photographs and I want to put a price next to them, so I might use 2 columns. So think you can put for your content of your page, just like we did before, you can make a grid. I know, you're not really supposed to use tables for laying out content, but I still do.
Why?
Because it's not common practice. The people that make the thing, you're not supposed to use tables for layout anymore. Only for grid. Well, you can use it in this way. This is the reason why they want you to use a table is for structure. So yeah, you could use it in this case, but I guess what I'm trying to say is people don't like tables anymore. I still like tables. And again, I'm going to do 100%. Though I'm going to use 100%. And you don't have to have a border, but I'm going to leave a little cell padding. Inside there then, if you look at, you can even go to design view if you want. You could see your grid in there. And if you had some photos, I really didn't put any photos in there. I might go steal some photos. Let me go steal some photos here. I'm going to go steal some photos. So RAM, R-A-M. R-A-M, I see, yeah. Let me go steal some pictures from my wife's webpage here. Here we go. I'm just going to go steal some. You don't have to do this. I was just showing you how to structure this a little bit.
What's a good size for photos in this kind of example?
I don't have an answer to that. The biggest problem you run into now is that it's not necessarily the size, it's that Apple has a Retina display and you have to measure your fonts or your images now for the Retina display. It's all over the place. And in Android now uses a different measurement, right? Then they don't use pixels, they use different, so everything's all over the place. I'll try and link some information about that up to Angel. But for right now, these pictures are going to be too big, probably. But you can see you put a picture in there. Picture in there. Picture in there. Picture in there. Did I get all of them? 1, 2, 3. Jar. Do I got a jar with a lid? There we go. Now you could, in theory, change the size of them if you wanted to. In addition, you have all the great things you could do with your tables. You can add some CSS. Raku firing. And this costs $200. Again, you can do all the things you can do in the normal. I can highlight this text and add a CSS to it, format it, make it look pretty. I can do the same thing. Whatever. So again, let's look at what we got here. You can use a nice table to organize it into a nice layout. Okay? So a good way to enter content. Let's talk about some fixed elements. Fixed elements. What if you want, when the person's scrolling, that the header always stays on the screen? Okay? You can do things that are fixed. Now the problem with doing things that are fixed, though, is it kind of covers up some of the other elements, and I haven't been able to fix that yet. I haven't figured that out yet, but what I mean by that is you can actually have elements that are fixed. So in this case, if we go to the code view, if I go to my header at the top here, my header up here, I think it's, let me see the code here. It's data position, DATA dash data P for position, data position, and you can say fixed. Now, I tried this when I was working on this. I tried that, and the problem is it started covering up the menu. So if I try the fixed, oh. Again, up here in the header option, next to the data theme, data position fixed, when I did that, oh, it seems to be working right. Oh, I guess this doesn't scroll, does it? Oh yeah, see? See how it's fixed now? See how it's fixed? See fixed? That way it's always at the top of the page. Again, let me show you. It's data dash position fixed. So let's say in the pottery page, up here where the header is, up here, header data theme, I put in data dash position fixed. Let's look at that. Oops, let me make this bigger here. And so as you scroll, it stays up there. Do you see that? You can do the same thing with the footer too, if you wanted a fixed thing at the top and bottom. And usually if you wanted a certain menu item up there, you can do the burger menu up there. When the person clicks on it, it opens up a menu. Still need to learn how to do that, don't we? One thing at a time. In this case, we were going over, the basic jQuery mobile page. jQuery mobile page. Again, in the code, if you look at it, you'll see in the code we're linking to a variety of files that Dreamweaver made for us and put in our folder. This jQuery stuff comes from jQuery mobile. So if you want to learn more, you can go to jQuery.mobile.com. Oops, spell it right. mobile.com. Inside the mobile jQuery, they have a variety of ways to use it. They talk about it. You can download the code. All kinds of things. Here's you download the code. Right? If you want to make your own color theme, if you click on themes, it'll take you to the theme ruler. In the theme ruler, you'll notice you have the A, B, C right here. See them? The pre-made ones. If you want, you can make your own theme by hitting the plus button on this page. Plus button. And swatch D. And then, let me think. Choose a color. Page. Oh, here. So then you can go to the pages here and you can choose your own color. No. And usually it shows it to you over here. Oh, that's the text color. Background. I was doing this and it was working. It would show, oh, I'm down here maybe. Oh, here it is. My theme is down here. Here it is, D. Okay, so my text doesn't look really good green, does it? Oh, that's not text though. Oh, here's the header. Do nice purple. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Background for my header. Oh, look at that. Woo. Border. Look at that. Yeah. There's like Christmas there. So you can make your own theme using this on the jQuery mobile page, and then you can download it and then link to it. I have some directions on my website or on Angel that explain how to do that. I'll show you that in a minute. In fact, let's go there now. Let's go to Angel. So again, on Angel, we have the video from the fluid grid that I did last Monday before I was sick. I think it was Monday. I don't know, something. Maybe it was a week before. And then this was the note I emailed you earlier saying I want you to come up with an idea for a website, right? Okay, here's some proposals from my other class. This week we're doing jQuery Mobile. This is a link to the jQuery Mobile that I just talked about. Here's some info on the themes. Here's where I wrote some text on how to do the theme. Here. So if you make your own theme using the theme roller, there. There's a little diagram. You saw the page. You just need to link to your own theme. I'm sure you can figure that out. So make a link to the theme, your own theme. You know, this is kind of older code, but get rid of the default theme and put your own in is what I'm trying to say. So after you make one, download it, you might need to link to all that. You might want to try that to make your own theme instead of using the default ones. There's ways to do it. I was able to do it here. So I have some example here, how to make your own theme. Oh, here we're on Angel still. Programming. Oh, here's some code. Here's some PDFs with some code on how to do themes. Here's the creating themes. Talks about it. Talks about how to make them. Talks about how to save them. See, they talk about making them, saving them, and then linking to them. This is how you can make your own. There's some code in here on how to make your own icons using fireworks. Remember I said I had that on there? Okay, using fireworks, but I'm sure you could use Photoshop or Illustrator to do it. So basically you'll see here you make your own kind of set of icons and then you call to them. In addition, there's some more code on. Oh, that's the one I was just looking at, wasn't it? Oh, maybe I linked to the same one. Maybe I have the same document twice. Maybe I got the same document twice. So disregard maybe that one. I thought I had two different. And then here I have some more code. The code that I have here is more on the jQuery programming. This one's on columns. Remember I talked about columns. When you're making a mobile page, instead of having one big list of information, you can actually split it up into 2 columns of info or 3 columns of info. Or maybe you wanted buttons that go across like this. You would use columns to make the buttons go across like that. You can do that. Here's the code right here in the link on there. Columns. It's called columns. And here's the code right here. UL block. UL block. Okay. Just type this in, it'll show up. But the reason why it works is because it's pulling from the jQuery library. Think about what jQuery is. It's a library of pre-written code. Okay, and when you use it, you call from it, right? That's what this is right here. So you have to write it like this: UL-block A. Okay, and then it puts it. Okay. Okay, and then they talk about more types of buttons. Buttons that are round with the round edges, like these. Talk about making buttons. Oh, and here's we already learned about these, but there's more than just the ones that were inside of Dreamweaver, I believe, isn't there? This looks a little bit, oh no, these are kind of the same ones, huh? Yeah. Okay, there they are. So I have some code on Angel, and then here's another one. There's some more code. Oh, that's the same one. How do I get the same data on there twice? I don't know. I guess these are both the same, this one and this one. I thought they were different. Yeah, it's the same. I don't know why I linked them up twice. So everything on there is twice. So you have enough info to practice. Try making mobile only page. Try adding the table with the pictures like I did, right? Then put it on the server. I gave you server space, right? And then go to it on your phone. You really need to see what it looks like on your phone and see how it functions on your phone. Next time I'll talk about emulators and how to use what's called an emulator, which emulates what the phone looks like so you don't have to always test on your phone. You can use what's called an emulator. I don't have time to show that now. What I want you to do now is tell me about your idea. Right? I told you to come in with an idea. So we have an hour or so. I want you to come up here. We talk together, and the rest of you should be practicing. So everybody should come up here and tell me their idea one-on individually. Unless you're doing it as a group. You can make a page in this class as a group with a friend if you want. fine with me, but I want you to make your own. You can do a mobile. Did you read my email I sent to you? Right, I said you don't have to make a responsive site if you don't want to. You can make a desktop one only. You can make a mobile only one. You can do a redirect one like I showed you today. That's a legitimate way of doing it, right? I think it's totally, Home Depot does it. Responsive design isn't for everybody. Isn't for every situation. Especially, let me give you an example why I think responsive design isn't for everything. There's specific code that you can put into a cell phone site that is great just for the cell phone. Like the location. Did you see when we went to the Home Depot one, right? It says, hey, what's your location? They want to get you the information on your phone. That way, keeping it separate is going to make the programming and the information a lot easier than having to jam everything into one page. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of code that's behind things, and if you're keeping it separate, then trying to squeeze everything into one thing is going to make it easier and smoother. That's what in my mind, that what makes it easier. Okay. Okay. What do you think of the mobile? It wasn't that hard, was it?
A lot to
There's a lot to it. You got to practice. That's why I included code for you. You're gonna have to read. You're gonna have to do a lot on your own. You can come and read my book if you want. You guys can borrow it. It's right here. It's pretty old. It's like 4 years old. When it comes to web programming, it's old. Yes.
I was